Hello, today I want to talk about elements and the energy of water. What is it? How can we understand it, and what is it related to? Because there is treatment using elements, and there is treatment using energy. This is what I want to explain to you. On this slide, the properties of the water element are depicted: winter, north, color black, salty taste, cold, storage, the planet Mercury, associated with Ine, the animal pig, and the organs kidneys and bladder open the water element. Ears are related to the water element, bones, the emotion fear, the sound moan. From a cosmic perspective, we used to say that there are 5 planets that produce energy for us. And energy to the earth. From where do you get the elements that arise later? The warmer is wood, Mars is fire, Saturn is earth, Venus is metal, Mercury is water, which is the energy of water that forms the water element on earth. This is how it looks. A table that shows the elements and energies related to these elements. The large intestine and lungs are metal. The bladder and kidneys are water. The gallbladder and liver are wood, the triple heater, pericardium, heart, and small intestine are fire. This is how we understand the representation in traditional Chinese medicine. Now, how does it look from the perspective of classical Chinese medicine? On this calendar, we can see how to understand the internal energy of the organs. Here we see the solar calendar and all the months of the solar calendar. And all our organs are depicted here. In our 12 organs, we see that these are earthly branches that exactly correspond to the solar calendar and these months. January 1st, February 2nd, March, and so on. Now here is the lunar calendar. The lunar calendar is somewhat different. It starts in the first month. It starts in spring, which begins in February, so there is some shift. For example, the first month of the lunar calendar corresponds to the second earthly month, February. Here we see these organs and which elements they belong to. For example, the gallbladder and liver are wood, the bladder and kidneys are water. For example, the heart and small intestine are fire, and this is all clear, depicted here. The zodiac signs correspond to each month. Now, why do we believe that? There is internal energy in the organs because elements are somewhat static concepts, meaning they are a kind of mass that possesses a certain organ. Besides mass, there is always energy. Why? Because in Chinese medicine, it is believed that, for example, the first movement that appeared on earth manifested in the gallbladder because the gallbladder is associated with the element of wood. It is very young, very dynamic, and therefore the beginning. The beginning of the year always corresponds to the beginning of the year and the first earthly branch. And this is the gallbladder, which belongs to the element of wood. But it starts in January when the energy and element of water dominate. And water in winter is always cold water. So the gallbladder has the energy of water. This is January, and similarly, December is the triple burner, which also falls in the 12th month, a winter month. And it possesses the energy of water, although its element is earthly fire. Now we look at the 3rd and 4th months, March and April, which are the lungs and large intestine, the 3rd and 4th months and the 4th earthly branch. March and April fall in the spring months, so despite having the element of metal, they are metallic, but what moves this metal, creates metal, is the energy of wood, spring. How can you create metal? You need to bring some mass to it. And this is possessed by two organs, which have the energy of wood. Next, we look at the summer months, June and July. This is the pancreas and the heart. One belongs to the element of earth, and the other to the element of fire. But since June and July are summer months when the energy and element of fire dominate, the pancreas and heart possess the energy of fire due to this season. Next, we look at September and October, which are the bladder and kidneys. The bladder and kidneys belong to the element of water, but they fall in the 2 autumn months. In autumn, there is metal, so their energy is metallic. Now, we have already talked about the gallbladder and the triple burner, which fall in the winter months when water dominates. They have the energy of water, though one belongs to the earthly fire, and the other to the element of wood. This is how we see that besides having energy, as in any concept, if there is mass, there is energy. There is no mass without energy, so mass always corresponds to energy. To create some mass, there must be some energy. This is how we see that there is internal energy in these organs. This internal energy is indicated by light, and these are our elements. Now I will show you differently what I talked about earlier. For example, what I said about energy. For example, our first branch is the gallbladder, and the 12th branch is the triple burner. Between each season, there is the concept of the interseason, which belongs to the element of earth. Look, between these winter and autumn months, we have the liver organ, and the liver will have the energy of earth. Between spring and summer, we have the stomach organ, and it has the energy of earth. Now, between summer and autumn, we have the small intestine, although it belongs to the element of fire, its energy will be earth between autumn and winter. We have the earth energy enters the pericardium organ in the 11th century. This is approximately how it looks, that if we are already talking about the elements of the organs, we must always know that there is the concept of elements, and there is the concept of energy. And when we treat a person, our patient, we always need to understand whether they have the element, or the energy, or both present. This is very important. Now I want to show how to apply all this. We have the bladder and the triple burner, which are the energy of water. The kidneys and the bladder are the element of water, so if we see a deficiency of the water element in the symptoms, what can we use? We can use the kidneys and the triple burner. The kidneys are the element, and the triple burner is water. So, we create a certain resonance, for example, by selecting a point. Kidney 10 is the water element on the kidney meridian, and the triple burner is 2 and 3, which are water and wood simultaneously. And when we combine these, we enhance both the element and the energy of water. Or we can take the gallbladder and the kidneys. Gallbladder 43 is related to the water element. Kidney 10 is water on the kidney meridian, and when we combine 43, which is energy, and the element, we get an excellent result. We can do the same with just the triple burner and the gallbladder because both have the energy of water. We use triple burner 23 and gallbladder 43, which is water, and here it is water and wood, and with the help of water energy, we can enhance the water element. These combinations can be made with the gallbladder, kidneys, and bladder, or kidneys and the triple burner. Or we can take, for example, kidney 10, bladder 66, and take, for example, the triple burner 23, and then we get, on one side, we take the element on the meridians of the kidneys and bladder and connect it to the water energy. The same can be done with the gallbladder and the gallbladder and kidneys, meaning we take, for example, or we take the bladder and the triple burner. So, we take kidney 10, the point kidney 10 on the kidney meridian, and we can take main bladder 66, as I mentioned earlier, and take triple burner 23, or this time. Yes, this is one option. The next option is to take kidney 10, which is water, bladder 66, which is water, and the gallbladder, which is water. Thus, we enhance the elements through energy. The concept of water, meaning that the pulse, for example, on the kidneys, bladder, and bladder should be strong enough, yang. For example, the bladder pulse is more yang, while the kidney pulse is like a stream flowing over stones, with gentle water splashes. More delicate, while the bladder is stronger, more yang. We can also see that there are combinations, for example, just on the Taiyang bladder meridian, bladder 66 is water, and bladder 2, and in this way, we can influence the elements and the energy of water. This is how you can treat it. It has a remarkable effect. Thank you for your attention.